never slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no...
Try and get that bike off to safety. Deep gravel as well for them, and clearly that bike not wanting to be moved easily as
the fight to Ramadhipa on this lap.
Yeah, and certainly now as the number 7
After the 180-degree corner, it's Borelli who still leads ahead of...
Alvaro Lucas now hits the front, and yet the second long lap penalty has been made by Borelli. Looks to make a move, and this is a replay of the incident. So they began just a bunch up further down the order.
Alvaro Lucas, but Lucas is close. Is he going to make a move into the chicane? He thinks about it.
Bahosa, so a solid long lap yet again, as just ahead now, and looks like... yeah, it was just a chain reaction. Unsighted riders, it was a big...
But decides against it. There are other overtaking opportunities to come.
Still a nice safe rejoin in the finish up. But the 46 at the front of this field and at the start of this big group. And then you'll just see the incident there. Number 70 on the ground.
Cano forces his way up the inside of Lucas and Borelli.
Lap, it was the 81, your pole sitter, who was in P1. Now he's dropped all the way back to P5, and it all just bunched up on the inside. Riders trying to initially take avoiding action of the first rider.
At turn 13, he goes from third to first in one move, and he signals for the riders behind him to 5.
As Alex Longarella, your championship leader, looks to be on the attack. And well, Jack, it's been a great season so far, and as they did that, everyone piled into the inside.
Turn 5 is a pinch point, especially on lap 1. But Borelli is on the inside through turn 14. He isn't able to make that move stick there.
Far for Longarella, and you have to say, if he can walk away with another victory, that's going to be...
You have a group of riders, it just takes one incident and it just bunches up. Wide behind Cano into turn 15, all able to keep it together. Positions
that's going to be some solid championship points. Number 25 points will be what he wants to get. And now side by side heading to turn 1. Bahosa's on the outside though, so Ramadhipa
changing as they cross the line, and now just 3 laps to go
as he looks up the inside of Alvaro Lucas.
It will be, yeah, exactly what he's looking for, as
holds firm in P1 as he heads to turn 1. Now, of course, keep in mind, 2 long laps
in this shortened ETC race 1. You see they come through the final chicane, taking a couple of different lines. Some riders hitting the curbs a bit more.
Penalties to serve for Bahosa. That should be around 6 seconds lost.
Cano leading ahead of Alvaro Lucas and Alex Longarella across the line. Alex Longarella getting some encouragement from his team on the pit wall, and we see that
maybe even a little bit more with it being so slippy out there. You don't want to throw it down the road at long lap penalty look.
Absolutely not. It looks like he's trying to build up a bit of a gap. He's gained 25 positions so far, has the number 4 battle for the lead through turn 1, and obviously if he goes on the green while he's taking that long lap, he'll then have to do it again, so he has to be very careful. For 1, the gap will probably come down on the run through turns 3 and 4 in. Just trying to see who that is. It's a number 45, so it is Longarella who takes the lead. Gambarini, I suspect his strategy was to try and get away at the start and get as much of a gap as possible to turn 5.
So Cano leading the way here, so number 1 showing
running wide again at turns 2 and 3. We've just had confirmation that the number 9 tank hasn't been able to do that. We're seeing a 5-rider group fighting for victory here, and it looks like he's just making a move.
His 40 once more. Longarella and Lucas. Now they've been on attack from
taken. So that's Remy Salmon has completed his long lap penalty. As we head down on the into the lead ahead of Ramadhipa under braking at turn 5.
Yeah, now of course we'll carry on lap 1. And well, you have to wonder, is that just going to be a strategy to try and bunch everyone?
Run through turns 4 and into turn 5, and it's Christian Borelli who has
Ramadhipa fighting back straight away as well they make their way towards turn 6 now once again, because quite a few riders, they do enjoy a group battle and they do enjoy being able
Alex Longarella It's Borelli who actually makes the move.
Now and then we're heading towards where the long lap penalty actually is located. So 69, will he take the first to get in the mix and allow other riders to trip up each other?
They did. Very tight through turn 5. Longarella taking the lead through the run.
First of his long laps this time around. It looks like he will, so diving into the long lap penalty now.
And we just see Alex Longarella leading the race. Now he just gets ahead, and Alvaro Lucas passes Cano to turn 5. Christian Borelli now in P1.
Yeah, great ride so far for the... Should lose around 2 or 3 seconds. Where will this drop him back to? He entered P3.
But Cano's fighting back into the 180-degree corner. Can he do 2 for 1 once again? He can!
The number 7. And well, it's been a great race so far for him. And now he's inside the podium places, and now he slots in. Is that Carlos Cano that he slots in behind? So perhaps,
although it looks, yes, no, he has been able to make it stick. It is a big group fighting for P1.
I'm hoping to try and take the lead. He's been trying hoping to take victory, but Lucas on the attack, P13 at the moment now for the 69. We'll wait for that to update, but Carlos Cano nonetheless inside the point at the moment. Yeah, it's classic European Talent Cup stuff. Longarella and Cano go side by side straight away on the 46. 5 laps remaining, so moving into the closing state scoring positions, and that is going to be job done for one of the hosts' side. The 2 of the top contenders here in 2025. It's all this European Talent Cup race. This is where moves begin to be important. This is where you need to set yourself up on lap penalties.
It is, and we'll check how much time he lost taking it. As you said, Cano up.
Prime time stuff here with 3 laps remaining. It's everything to play for. It's elbows in a nice position. It's almost 3 wide heading into the Imola section on
to 13th at the moment, and it looked like Bahosa was around Cano.
Out as Cano goes up the inside. The number 1 goes through. Lucas also tried the circuit, the chicane, as Longarella now slots back into P2. Lucas back down to P4
when he rejoins. So 12th, 13th place perhaps for the Spaniard.
As now Alvaro Lucas looking up to get himself into the podium positions once more. Bahosa continues his attack. Now keep in mind, 2-3, potentially now second position once again, but Carlos Cano, he's lurking. P the inside. The 69 looks up the inside, but the CEF Moto Aspar rider thinking better of it, slotting back into long lap penalties, and now about to snatch the lead, although they're 3 wide once more. Ramadhipa 4, the number 1, is on the attack, and he wants another 25 points to his name, so for P3 for the time being. Now, of course, Ramadhipa, super impressive as well, trying to make up a few positions. That's going to demote the likes of Longarella further down the order season. He wants redemption after a tricky weekend over at Jerez. Of course, he started in qualifying, now leading the race. Longarella sets the fastest lap, but that will soon be so Longarella all the way back down to P5, and already the field taking a lot of curb at the final chicane. On pole position, but it wasn't smooth sailing for him. The championship leader Longarella is clearly not scared to get us in by 2-3 riders, as Carlos Cano now holds the fastest lap. So Cano